Hey, good morning, everyone, and thanks for waking up with me. So, if you follow me at all, you know I like to get out away from people and get out into more remote locations to free my mind up and to think things through and to explore a little bit of what I'm doing in my life. That's a big part of what this channel is all about. And today I want to talk to you real quick about waiting too long to live your life and to explore what your options are. I was having a conversation. Actually, I've had this conversation with a very good friend of mine repeatedly about a challenge that I'm currently going through. That's put on by. It was presented by Andy Frisella. You can find him on podcasts and on YouTube and certainly on Instagram. He's huge on Instagram. But it's called 75 Hard, and it's about drinking a lot of water and exercising a couple times a day, and getting on a diet and sticking to that diet, and all kinds of things like that. And it's a very simple program, and at the same time, it's among one of the hardest things I've done. But I'm doing it because what it is it's an exercise in reteaching my mind to not listen to the negative voices in my head that hold me back from doing what I need to do to move forward with the things I want to do in my life. And that's the point of this conversation is that if you keep waiting for someday, you keep waiting for, I got to do this first, and then someday I'll get to that. It's like, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I got to do a business plan. I just got to do a business plan before I can get started, so I know what I'm doing. It's like, and on one hand, yes, you're right. You do need to set goals. You do need to set a plan. You do need to create that to get that going. But the issue really is, it's not so much the business plan, it's the mindset. It's the mindset of when. When are you going to do it? When are you going to make that change in your life that's going to push you into something that you're not right now? If you're living the life that you want, if you're making the income that makes you happy, I don't care if it's $20,000 a year or less, or if it's $3 million. But if you're happy with that and you're living in the home that you want to live in for the time being, and you're moving someplace with your life, and you're sleeping with a person that you want to sleep with every night, and all those things are good, and you've got a good relationship with whoever your spiritual guidance is, and with your family and all those things. If all things are good for you, well, you're probably not even watching this video by now. But if it's not, what are you doing about it? What are you doing to change that? What are you doing to reset your mind to make that different? Because I can tell you very clearly that one thing that's not going to make it different is doing the same thing you've been doing. And not doing anything at all is going to do even less. If anything, you're going to slide backwards. You're going to detract from what it took for you to get where you're at, and it may not be sustainable. So, living with regret is probably the one thing that most people worry about more than anything else. So I'm going to ask you, like I've been doing for myself, I'm going to ask you to do the same. Take a look at your life. Are you where you want to be? Are you living the life you want to live? Are you in touch with the right people? Are you having the conversations that you want to have? Are you surrounding yourself with people that you want to surround with, or are you finding yourself constantly, that voice in your head is like, why am I listening to these idiots? It's like, oh my God, these people are so screwed up. It's like this is, why am I here? Or why is this all so hard? Why is this so wrong? Why does this not feel right? Well, if it doesn't feel right, then you're in the wrong place. You're on the wrong path. And you need to change that. And you need to change that today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next Monday, or as soon as I finish this, whatever. And it's like, there's some commitments that you have no choice to. You have some contracts. Like right now, I'm struggling with, I've got 2 jobs I need to finish before I commit to what I'm doing with you right now full time. And those are contracts that I'm going to fulfill, and I'm going to finish the jobs that I agreed to. And I'm going to find ways that I take something from those jobs, more than just the profit, more than just the contract obligation, and more than just the satisfaction of finishing the job that I started, but also that I'm going to take away from it things that are going to add to my life, that's going to add to my quality, that's going to fulfill me in some fashion. Because that's what I'm after. That's what I'm chasing. What are you chasing? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about what's going on? Are you just going through life kind of numb and, and not really thinking it through, not really deciding what it is that you want? you know, you're just kind of blasé, and it's just not really exciting. It's just not anything. You're just kind of going to grow old, and you know, and then you'll die, and you know, that's what people do, right? It doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't have to be that way. And this channel, my own life process, my own thing like that, that's what this is about. It's about waking up to the options, about waking up to new things, waking up to new thought processes, waking up to things that you could be doing for yourself, for the people that are important around you, and for all those sort of things. And procrastination is a killer. It's an absolute killer. It's a killer of dreams. It's the absolute killer of dreams. And putting it off until another day just isn't going to work. So, you know, that's my point for the day. Where are you at? Where are you thinking about with your life? What are you doing with it? Are you happy? Are you really content? Is everything going exactly the way you want, or is there room for change? Because if you're like most people, like myself for sure, there's room for change. There's room for improvement. There's a way that I can be more. There's a way that I can be more. And that's what I'm working on. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be more. There should be no guilt in wanting to be more, to be the best human being that you know how to be within whatever your dogma in life is. Just be more, you know, be more of a friend, be more loyal, be more fulfilling, be more helpful, you know, pass along your own personal wisdom, you know, do things that give you purpose in this life, and I think you'll find more joy in return for it. Now, it's not an easy thing. It's not, and it's not an immediate thing. It's going to be subtle. It's going to be challenging at times to be more, to have more, to be more. That's, you know, maybe you've given up on the struggle. Maybe you gave up without thinking about it. I don't know. You know, I know myself. I struggled with depression off and on throughout my life, in ways far beyond even my own comprehension at the time. Didn't realize how much I was holding myself back, the little voice inside my head that was holding me back, you know. And outside I'm saying, I'm a survivor and I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this because I was struggling in life. The reality is I was struggling in life because I wasn't doing everything I needed to do to make my life better. I was continuing to do the same things over and over, or not doing the same things over and over and over. That made a huge difference in my life when I finally turned it around, when I finally made a difference. So, you know, and if you understand what I'm saying, if you feel anything about what I'm saying, you know, please hit that subscribe button, follow me along on this journey. That's what we're here about, you know, and I want to share your stories. I want to share your importance, but I want to take you along with this journey, if you will let me, to find a better way to live, find better purpose, find deeper meaning in what's going on, to contribute more to this planet, to understand why I'm even here. Why do we live? Why do we exist at all? What is the meaning of life? That's an age-old question, right? So while you're thinking about all these things that I've rattled off at you the last few minutes, think about it. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Take some action. Get started. How do you do that? Start with a list. Think about what you want to do in your life and what would be different and how you would like it. Think about, let's make it easy. Think about where would you like your life to be in as much detail as you can 1 year from now. 1 year from now. And in fact, I'll tell you what, put it on a video, hold your camera up just like I'm doing right now, your smartphone, whatever, you know, and turn it on selfie mode and put it on video and talk to yourself and have a real conversation with yourself about, these are all the things I want in life. These are all the things I actually want in life that I think would be better in my life, you know, and then detail that out. And then secondly, break that down. Maybe put that onto a paper list someplace. You don't have to share this with anybody else, you know, because naysayers and negative people and people who will contradict you or steal your dreams or whatever, they'll all exist in all our lives. And, you know, you don't need that. You don't need that negative voice telling you, it's like, oh, no. Yeah, you may want to, you know, you may want to own a house, but that's not going to happen. You know, we're poor. That's just it. That's our life. That doesn't have to be that way, my friend. It just doesn't, you know. So prioritize your list. Think about the steps you'll have to take to get to where you're going to be in 1 year. Not the things that are most important to you. You know, maybe the most important thing to you is to own a home, that if you don't already own a home, or own a bigger home, or a nicer home in a nicer neighborhood, whatever that thing is. That's great, but that's not the first thing you need to do. You need to prioritize a list of the steps it takes for you to get there, so you can put it together and start taking action. And then start looking at that list and making actionable items that you can do to accomplish that. True actionable items that will actually do that, and then stick with it, and stick with it, and stick with it. And realize within yourself that the only person you're really cheating by not doing this is yourself. That more than anything else. Because when you get older, as we all do, someday you're going to have to look in the mirror and decide, did I do the best I could? Did I really give it my best? And my one regret right now is I realized that for many years I didn't. I just didn't. I have a successful life now. I've turned my life around quite a bit in the last 5 years. And yet at the same time, it's late. You know, it could have been so much better, so much sooner. It could have been so much more different. It could have reflected better for so many people around me, for the you know, for the person that I was in a relationship with, for my ex-wife, or for the woman that I was dating before that, who died of liver cancer a couple of years after I became married to somebody different, you know, and things like that, you know, and I can never take that back. I can never replace that. I can't change that happening. It's already there. It's done. And now, what? I can't change that. I can't go back and say the things I didn't say when I should have said them. I can't let that person know how I actually felt about them, and how much I appreciated them, and how much they helped me grow in my life, and the impact that they've had on my future and years past. You know, what are people going to say about you after you pass? Are you influencing anyone? Are you making a dent in anyone's life? Are you impactful? Because, you know, the reality is you could have a car accident, God forbid, but you could have a car accident today and not have an opportunity to do it tomorrow. There's so many things that could just turn around and end our lives suddenly that happens every single day, and you'd have no chance to make things different. The chance you have is right now, right this minute. Right now, while you're listening to this, you have a chance, you know, and don't fall for that game that, oh, well, you know, I just don't have, you know, it's like other people have the advantage, other people have money, other people have this or that. Well, here's the bottom line. The fact that you're even watching this video means you have access to the internet. The fact that you have access to the internet means you have access to far more information than I did when I was young, and yet I made it. And many other people before us. And millions of people literally today on this planet do not have access to the amount of information and resources that you have right this minute. So no matter how bad you think your life is, no matter how poor you think you are, no matter how broke you are, if you're watching this video, you have access to the internet, and that's all you need to get started to change your life. There are countless videos and podcasts and other things that are far more uplifting than what I'm able to present to you, because I just simply haven't earned the vocabulary yet to do this. But this is what I'm doing with my life. I encourage you to do something similar to yours, whatever feeds your soul. You don't have to follow my mission. Follow your own guidelines, your own parameters, your own agenda, your own thing. So, but don't procrastinate. Start now, today. I'll talk to you soon.